and it is on this day, July 13th, 2022, that I have a little interview video just talking about topics related to my last video. So, I'm Cove. If you need a reminder, I am transgender, I use he, him pronouns, and I am also bi, ace flux. We're gonna say demi-romantic for now, cover that in a future video, and I think that's everything. I think those are my labels. And I have a friend here today, or rather a sister here today.
I have no friends. I'm my own sibling, and that's weird.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Logan. I also go by Lee sometimes. I'm this one's sibling. I go by she, her pronouns. I'm pansexual polyamorous. And I honestly think that's it.
Okay. So today I'm just going to be asking my sister questions related to pretty much like how we found the community, what we like, our initial impressions of the community and stuff like that. So just general questions. So as I just implied, but my last video I talked about when in my life I was first introduced to the idea of these things. I didn't know it was a community, but like when I knew these things existed. And like how I started to get into it when I actually found that these were groups, and then I joined GSA in high school. Just kind of like my story along the path. So my first question for you was, how did you learn about the community? Was it like me, where you saw it first and you had no idea that it was different? You thought that was just how things were?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, like, I was 11, and then I came across the male and male things, and I was like, wow, men.
Men. You know,
I was like, no, I thought that it was purely normal. I was like, a man can be with a man, that's like, I guess, yeah.
So,
I never thought of romance before that moment.
Then when did you first come across the idea that gender was like a fluid concept?
I don't remember.
Gender is a construct.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
I honestly do not remember.
Okay.
I think it was sometime in middle school, because it all happened in middle school. If I'm being honest, it was probably one of my friends.
And that leads to the next question. Did you start to make queer friends in middle school, and did you know it when you were friends, or was it like you guys all got along and then you found out afterward?
I think I always had this like sense that they weren't straight. There was always that sense that they weren't the average.
Gotta have that gaydar going.
Repeat the question?
You gotta have that gaydar going. That's not a question.
No, the question. That's not what you said.
So, were you guys friends because you were all queer, or were you all happened to be friends, and then you all found out you were all a part of this group afterward?
Some of us knew before we were friends. I don't know when I processed that they were a part of a different community. I don't remember a lot of things. But mostly it's, was there a part where I was asked? Like, are you asking when I figured out as well? Or like?
Yes, that's the next question.
Okay.
When did you figure yourself out? And there's follow-up questions to this.
See, now, I remember you and I had a conversation.
Recently?
No.
Like a year ago?
No, hold on. We had a conversation and you were like, you know how you have that like one, no, it was when we were watching Heartstopper. When you have that one big
that was
moment.
recently.
That was like 2 months ago.
I'm thinking in terms of the last 5 years right now, okay? So you gotta bear with me here.
Fair. But it was when we were watching Heartstopper, and you were like, everyone has that point where they just realize that they're gay or something.
And I was saying that I didn't have that.
Yeah, and I didn't either.
Okay. I don't remember this conversation, I'll be honest. We're too busy watching Heartstopper. I was probably gushing over all the fluff. Yes?
There was quite a bit of angst. But, like, my realization that I was pan, I didn't realize that I was poly until later, but my realization that I was pan, it was just sort of like...
It just...
flat. It ramped up, and then it went flat.
Give a
like,
range, though. Middle school? high school?
It was all in middle school.
All in middle school? Interesting. And so these follow-up questions are based on my own experience, so they may have nothing to do with you, but
So helpful.
did you have an ally phase where you were like 100% sure you were just an ally, you weren't a part of the community?
Nope.
Did you have any like internalized limitations where you were like, this isn't okay for me?
Nope.
And did you have a point in which you reached out to queer friends or queer groups to learn more about what you think you were experiencing?
No.
There you go.
I figured most things out on my own.
And do you think that the difference in our ages is significant enough to have caused a difference in our experience, or not?
You see, my experience is very dependent on my 6th grade life, which was definitely a lot different than yours.
I very much believe that.
Because
So,
6th grade was the time that I realized that gay exists. Real life stuff exists. And 6th grade was when I realized, like, I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay.
It was just 6th grade for me.
Yeah, I definitely had a sheltered kind of learning process with everything. Like, I didn't learn about straight until like 7th or 8th grade. I'm not kidding. I didn't process that. That wasn't part of like what I understood.
I didn't know that gay was a thing in 6th grade. I just sort of saw men together. Keep in mind, not in school. And I was like, wow,
Like,
this seems normal.
yes, I saw like movies and stuff. So
didn't.
I had that idea. I knew we had a lesbian couple, like, for my cousin. But dad's cousin. My second cousin. So I knew that existed. I didn't know there were words for it. But I also didn't think of it as a possibility for me. But I also thought that it was all social expectations. I thought that this will be my next question. For me, I had a time frame where I was like, okay, I am socially required to be with a guy once before I can be with a girl. That's what I thought for a time period. So did you ever have any of that?
No.
Dang, that sucks. I had that
Why
for
would
a
you
very
do that
long
to
time.
yourself?
I thought it was a requirement. And I thought that that was what I wanted.
Was it?
No.
Okay,
Did I know that? Here's the thing, right after that was the time period where I thought I wanted nothing ever in my life for several years. Because sheltered
Not really
life,
well.
cue repulsion, things happened.
I live under a
That's
rock.
another video. I lived under a rock.
Did you just wink at the camera?
No, I dropped the pen and it freaked me out. Okay,
Hi,
next
welcome to our
question.
family.
Yeah, we're chaotic. Evil.
I'm more neutral evil. Well, no, I'm chaotic neutral.
I was gonna say I'll take chaotic neutral.
Wait, what did I say? Neutral evil?
So, did you ever join like a queer society, or was it always like your friend group that was your queer group you would go to?
Yeah.
That was the and/or question.
It was my friend group.
Okay.
Because I didn't really trust that many people outside of our friend group.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know why, but I've trusted them for so long. And hold on, I have a different question stuck in my head, and I have to find the question that you just asked me. And this is why, okay, repeat the question.
Did you ever join queer societies?
Thank you. No.
No.
It was just my friend group.
Do you have interest in joining queer societies? GSA.
It was nice the one time I went, but I also have other things.
Mm-hmm.
And see, now, the thing about lunch at school is it's my chill time to have alone time,
I get it.
and I don't want the clubs to just impose on it.
Now, sometimes they have meetings outside that's like a little movie night. But you have to be in the know to hear those things.
Yeah, and you also
Have to transport.
Yeah.
And yeah. It might be right after
And
school.
that's why I love theater.
I need to ask this question. I need to know. have you met other queer theater kids? 'Cause
Yes.
Everyone tells me, like, the second I say I was in theater tech, everyone's like, you were with all the gay kids. I was like, I don't know.
No,
I wasn't talking to them. I had no clue.
Some of the gay kids are in theater, but the other half of the gay kids are in, like, our trauma class.
Drama?
Trauma.
Okay.
T-R.
I was making sure you did say trauma.
Yes.
Yes.
It's basically like, we have group every Wednesday, and it's like,
Yeah.
you get to talk with all these people
I
about
get
your
it.
life. And that's the other half of the gays.
That's kind of sad in a way, but also
because
realistic.
I know for a fact that there were gay theater kids, because one of the kids in pilots, which was the trauma class, and my theater class was, I think, bi, and then the one in my theater class is bi, and I know that because my polyamorous brain had a crush on them both at one point. And they told me. Did you say football?
I said believable.
Oh.
I'm queer. You think I've talked about football?
Nick.
Okay, he plays rugby, and that's British. Doesn't even count. Dang. Okay, anyway.
Next question,
which is actually a follow-up question, because I want to hear more about this. I knew, like, in my theater class, we would joke about it. Like, we would have, like, 2 guys play as lovers, just, like, in our activities, and, like, everybody would just think it's normal, but I never interpreted it as, like, oh, these are the queer kids. I just thought everyone was accepting in that circle, and I thought that most people in our school were accepting. Follow-up question. Is there a lot of phobia at our school?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I never saw it firsthand. I knew people's parents who were phobic.
The thing about me at the school is I'm like that one student that people feel like they can talk to if they need to. And so it's like, I don't know if there's phobia because people don't come to me with the phobia. And I don't, from what I've heard from my friends, from the people that I talk to that are queer, they don't experience phobia all that often. Like, no, there are, like, around 5 gay friend groups around the school that just have, like, 15 or so people. So.
I knew we had the gay couple during my time at school. That was in my class. And, like, they could kiss in the middle of, like, a 2-person class, and nobody said anything. Nobody thought anything. Like, a lot of us would cheer and just be like, go off.
Bro,
so
you would cheer at that?
Well, we were all really close, and so it's like jabbing.
No,
like
because the sad thing
jabbing.
is I'm the kind of person that can't see an actual person kiss without panicking.
No. I did feel that way.
Did you just say no?
I did feel that way. Also. But once the other 4 people are cheering, I'm like, I have to cheer too. Yay. And also, I mean, I was happy for them on some level. Even though,
on some level.
Yes, I was like, ew, kissing in public, ew, disgusting, that's not allowed. I thought that wasn't allowed.
I have still yet to seen a couple kiss at our school.
I definitely saw a lot in the hallways. All the straight people in the hallways.
I'm going to make a song that has those lyrics.
Straight people in the hallways.
People in the hallways.
I'm sorry. This is what happens when we come on.
I'm the author.
You're bringing out the worst in me, and now I'm saying.
How do I bring out the worst?
I would never say the phrase straight people usually.
How did I change that? What?
By existing.
See, now, when I'm around people, their personalities change. And my personality changes to, like, whatever these people want. And that's why a lot of people know me and can talk to me, and it sucks.
Would you say, another question, would you say that you are just as gay around your friends as you are with, like, other students? Or would you say you get extra when you're around your friends?
Oh, I definitely get extra.
Okay.
No, because when I'm around them and I see, like, anything...
Non-stop.
No, because I'm the kind of person, specifically not including humans, but if I see 2 male characters or female characters, or really just any characters, that go really well together in a book or, like, in a game, or what else am I thinking of?
Foreign world or foreign universe.
In any foreign
Setting.
yeah, in, like, books and things. And I see these people that go so well together, and I'm like, that's a good ship. And I'm a multi-shipper.
Ham and Breeze. Yes, continue.
The fact that I know what that meant.
I'll stand by that. Fight me. Did a lot of what you learned stem from fanfiction?
Yes.
Did you learn a lot from the internet aside from fanfiction?
Yes.
Did you ever learn from any other resource?
Sort of.
Like, teachers ever been helpful teaching things? Miss
Teachers
Robson.
do not care.
Miss Robson's the person who got me into all this.
I haven't had her as a teacher yet, other than pilots, but that's already when I knew.
I just realized that. Interesting. I have another question. How much of a difference do you think that people in your generation are, which is the same generation as me, but you know, in your age group, are a lot more comfortable coming out and are figuring it out earlier because of the internet?
Not because of the internet.
Not because
And
of the
also, I'm gonna, like, change that a little bit.
internet. Okay.
The people that I know
Yeah.
are comfortable coming out to people that are their age, but not to their parents and grandparents.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, grandparents are freaking me out. And I'm older, but it's still uncomfortable to think about. But, like, I mean coming out to themselves, not coming out to people.
I think so.
Okay.
You could have specified that.
Yeah, some people are like, more people are queer, and some people are like, more people are okay with themselves being queer, and thus they are more
I'm like,
vocal about it.
I'm in the perfect spot in our generation.
Oh.
Because it's like, we get all of the gay that's like not closeted and everything, and it's like so fluffy and so pretty and so rainbow and gay. But we also have the perfect bit where it's like gay angst, you know?
Like, conflict?
Yes.
Like, oh no, the
No,
straight boy isn't gay.
Oh, I remember my point. No, because we're the generation that's like, it's just as easy to come out to each other now as it is to closet yourself. That's my spot of the generation. Sort of.
That's what I think about it. I have a genuine question. Did you ever have a time where you thought you were monoamorous? Or was it just always been something you have seen as possible? I asked this from my experience too.
Can you rephrase the question?
Rephrasing question. Did you always think you were polyamorous even before you knew the word? Okay.
I was, even as a child, I was the kind of person that could look at one person and be like, oh, they're nice. And then look at another person and be like, oh, they're nice.
And thus... Now, you've told this to me before, but maybe to share it with the class. You want, when in your polyamorous relationships, you want the triangle.
Yep. There's two different kinds of
Always.
polyamorous, as far as I know. There's the polyamorous that can be with other people and have those other people be with their own respective partners.
Open relationship.
Yeah, like, these people that you love don't have to love each other. And then there's me, the kind of me person. Y'all know what I meant. Where it's like, you can love two people. You can love people as long as they also love each other. So the thing about me as polyamorous is I can only love people if they like each other too.
Yeah.
Makes it a little harder.
And did you find that out at the same time that you found the word poly? Like, you were like, I am this specific kind of poly.
No. When I learned that I was polyamorous, it was like just another thing, and I was like, oh, that's a word that describes me. And then I just sort of continued on. And then it wasn't until recently that I realized that that's the kind of poly that I am.
Mm.
And then I was like, you know, I can see myself with these two separate people, but I don't think it'll be, like, the perfect relationship for me unless they also like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, and...
It's like being gay, but being in a straight relationship.
And this gets into my last two questions. One, how do you feel about people asking you about these things? Do you want people to ask about these things more?
Depends who they are.
You specifically? If a stranger came up to you and was like...
If a stranger that I didn't know...
Stranger as in student.
Okay, that changes things.
I know.
That's a no.
I know.
Because if it's a stranger that you're never going to talk to again, then yeah, you would probably answer their questions. But if it's a student that you might see in an everyday class, their opinion of you is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
And
that's probably why it changes.
These conversations between us...
You're my sibling, so I don't, I'm not phased. And I like it when people ask, and I like being able to share things. I hate that you can't see me. I like being able to share things. I'm not left-handed, I use my right.
You could scoot in more, but...
It's
Ever
all the
feel
same.
pressured by, marriage norms or anything? As a kid? Ever have those
as a
days
kid, no.
where you search wedding dresses?
No.
And you were like,
No,
I have to follow
if
the
I
norm.
ever search up a wedding dress, it'll be because I look damn good in it. Ever.
I don't want that.
Not because I'm going to a wedding, it's because I look good in it.
You know what? I agree. With my flat chest and everything. Then I would agree. Only then, but...
No, because I talked to myself earlier, and I was talking about myself, and I was like, you know, I'd look damn good in a red dress, but only certain red dresses. I'm the kind of person that no, okay. I simp after outfits, not people.
Oh,
I look
okay,
at
okay,
someone's
no,
outfit,
no.
And I'm like, I want that. I want to wear that. I want to rock it.
Do you experience that, do I want to be them, or do I want to be with them?
Yes.
I do.
It's
terrible. It's so
sucks.
bad. This is the queer experience. It's very basic. Being queer is complicated. I hope you have a good one. I know it's no longer Pride Month, but happy Pride anyway, because we're Pride all year.
That almost hit my face.
And Logan will probably be back in the future, though maybe not in the coming months, because I'll be moving out. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Rainbows.